River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Niner Nuts. I am Dan here along with Eric. I pointed the right way this time. Say hello.
What's up, everyone?
You think with how long we've had this new setup, I'd know it by now.
Take the hashtag off the bottom, Dan.
Oh, no. Spoiled the surprise for people, who...
Newcomers to the show. This is our first episode.
Yeah, we'll explain that later. Also,
Yeah.
newcomers, we're doing a doubleheader today. Why? Because the Parlay episode won't matter if I drop it on Saturday. So here's our second episode. You can thank this doubleheader. The sponsor of that is Terrible Spectrum Internet that ruined when we were going to tape. I'm already on one already. I'm kind of tired, but anyway, guys, this is our Parlay episode. Indiana Dan here, Easy E. No James on this episode either. He couldn't make it to this new taping that we had to do, but we still consulted on a parlay ticket that we are carrying over into the divisional round, which I will pop up here. Maybe there we go. Can you see that? Okay.
I can, yeah.
Okay, cool. I know James sometimes can't see when I do this, but anyway, guys, this is our ticket. And I will start taking us through it. Again, I hope you saw this before kickoff. That's why I'm dropping this one on Friday also. So we'll kick it off here at the very top with a spread. We're not just doing money line. We actually don't have... Nope, we don't have a money line on this one. So this is a little different than what we usually do. We've evolved from a bunch of long shots that seem like decent bets that are worth losing a little money for the payoff if it does work to kind of a more traditional ticket, and now this is probably the most traditional ticket we've had yet, honestly. We're covering the spread first with the 49ers. When we made this yesterday, we made this on the 17th, just for full disclosure, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So these odds from last night on the 17th, the Niners were at a 6.5-point spread against the Packers, and for my 2 cents, I'm very comfortable with this. I think this is a very tenable goal, and I think we may end up scoring way more than double that. I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think it'll be more than 2 scores will we end up winning this game by. I think it'll be more than 14. I don't want to go I don't know. I guess my stomach's telling me we'll win by 17. I don't want to say that we're going to blow the doors off them like they did against Dallas, but so yeah, no. Bottom line, I'm very comfortable with the with covering the -6.5 spread.
Yeah. So the actual spread on this is 9.5 or 10. We alternated it down to 6.5. Little less odds, but a little bit better spread there.
That's what it means by alternate.
yeah. It makes it a little bit easier, a little more palatable to cover and stuff like that. Basically anything more than a touchdown and we'll be good. Like you just said, feel like the Niners are definitely going to take this game by more than a touchdown. Didn't really like the 10-point spread that was out there earlier this week. Thought that was a little bit of a tricky one there. Could get caught by a field goal there towards the end of the game or something like that. And get a backdoor cover or something like that. So bumping this down to -6.5 makes it a lot more palatable, and pray to God should be an easy cover. So
yeah, no, it should be, honestly, with the way that we just, this whole last episode, we just talked about this. It should not be too much to ask for us to handle Green Bay without breaking too much of a sweat. So, and that game is Saturday at 8:30. The next one, we made 2 picks from the Chiefs in the Bills game, which is Sunday's, not quite prime time, but it's the final game of Sunday. And they are Josh Allen, anytime scorer, and Isaiah Pacheco, anytime scorer. Clarify anytime scorer for a quarterback, because obviously Isaiah Pacheco is going to be a rushing touchdown or a receiving touchdown. With Josh Allen, anytime scorer,
it's the same thing. So rushing or receiving touchdown, it's not throwing the ball. That doesn't count. So, but we know Allen likes to run the ball. And he's responsible for a number of rushing TDs for the Bills this season. Obviously, just scored one this past week against the Steelers. So anytime that he's going to run that ball in and score, or if for some reason they threw it to him on some sort of weird trick play or whatever, that would count for an anytime TD score for him. So we just thought, looking at that game, trying to pick a winner in that game was just so hard. I mean, you were part of the text chain. We went back and forth on that a lot, and it just didn't feel really, really good as to.
I more or less blackballed picking the Chiefs because I didn't want to pick the money line on that flat out. I was not comfortable picking a money line.
Yeah, but I mean, none of us were really comfortable picking the money line on either the Chiefs or the Bills, right? And then you start looking at the spread, and the spread was basically 2 or 2.5, so it wasn't like it was a ton of points either way. So it was just kind of like a mess for just trying to pick a winner. So we just decided to kind of flip it a little bit and go with something that we felt was still an interesting bet, but probably something that was a little bit more likely to happen than trying to get the winner right. Like I said, felt pretty confident that Josh Allen is going to run the ball in for a touchdown at some point in this game. And then because of the nature of this game being the weather and the cold and the grinded out nature of the way that we think this game is going to go, probably seems pretty likely that Pacheco is going to pound one in for a touchdown too. So,
well, yeah, I don't know what I didn't see what it was for Patrick Mahomes passing touchdown wise. I can't imagine what it had to have been 1.5. His passing attack is just god awful. You sign two people, one's supposed to be a good possession receiver, the other one's supposed to be a great deep threat, and neither of those guys are any good at what they're supposed to be good at. So good signings there. So
you mean neither of them can actually catch a football?
Yeah, you sign Tony to be a possession receiver. He drops everything, and then MVS can't catch anything deep to save his life. That's why Green Bay let him go. You're fast, but when you're fast, but when your hands are stoned, what's the point?
I don't know. I get a thrill and a great enjoyment and chuckle out of watching him just drop passes pretty much every week that hit him right square in the hands.
Oh my God, yeah. Literally, Patrick couldn't have thrown that pass any better, and he couldn't have ran that route any better. And then, boop, nope.
Yeah.
I don't know. MVS is such a disappointment. But
yeah,
anyway,
the over
so Pacheco's scoring is a very safe bet.
Yeah, the over for both those guys was 2 touchdowns. So you'd had to get 2 passing touchdowns out of either both Allen or Mahomes. And I don't know, seems not unlikely, but a little possibility. I mean, the weather's supposed to be bad in Buffalo again. I saw where they were going to be calling people out to come shovel the stadium again.
They have a travel ban right now because I saw that they delayed a Buffalo Sabres game because of the weather, and there's emergency only travel in the Buffalo area. So yeah, we'll see how much it improves in 24 hours or 48 hours from when this drops. It's probably still going to be crappy again.
Yeah, so that's why I think that's going to be a grind it out on the ground kind of thing. So let Allen run one in, let Pacheco run one in.
By the way, volunteers to come clear the stadium. I didn't think about it until I saw somebody on Twitter say, how cheap are the Bills to ask for volunteers? You live in Buffalo. Do you not have a contingency plan or budget for massive snowstorms?
I don't know, man.
Snow in North Texas is one thing, but snow in Buffalo shouldn't be surprising,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I'm tired and I just feel like yelling at things. Anyway, the next thing, this is a very small ticket, just given we only have 4 games. But the next one, it is between the Texans and the Ravens. We're doing a total alternate of over 36.5 points. So basically 37 or more points this one hits. I don't know what else to really... The way I look at this one and why I was so cool with this is because one team is going to score over 30 points to begin with. Whoever I feel very confident that whoever is going to win this game is scoring at absolute minimum 30 points, whether it's a Texans blowout, a Ravens blowout, or if it becomes a track meet, somebody is scoring 30 points in this game. I don't know. I don't know. My personal take on it is that CJ Stroud is probably, I could see him. I think he's going to turn into a pumpkin, and the Ravens will be the ones to score 30 points, and then the Texans will score 7 points, maybe 10 points, and we win and hit there. That's how I personally see it going. But to the point of the ticket, 36.5 points for the total. Very, very reasonable to expect from these teams.
Yeah, the actual total right now is 43.5. So we took it down by 7 points, right? Basically dropped it a touchdown to get to our number. And we did that exactly for the reason that you're talking about, Dan. We felt that if we dropped it down to that some team is probably going to get to 30, most likely the Ravens. And, Texans are going to slop in 7-10 points or something like that, maybe 13 points. And then that'll be a fairly easy cover. Whereas if you're sitting at 43, then you're going to be, either just a tad bit shy or maybe just barely squeak over or something like that. So, we thought, knocking this down here to this 36.5 would make it a pretty easy cover. I don't see this being a 2017, well, even 2017 we'd still cover, but I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? So even a 2017 game, this isn't going to be a 14-10 game. This isn't going to be a 17-0 game. This isn't going to be anything like that. There's going to be enough points scored in this game, at least I think so, to get us over this 36.5 hump. And let's hope that we can start off our ticket on Saturday afternoon with an easy win on this 36.5.
Yeah, it doesn't say it there. This is Saturday's 1:00 game or Saturday's 4:00 game.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we saw the ceiling with the Texans, the way that they handled the Browns. I mean, they were at home, and no, they're not the Ravens, but we know that's the ceiling. Like, that's why I think it's not off the table that it could be a track meet, because the Browns came in as the best defense in the league, and they have a very good secondary too, not that far off of what the Ravens were. So
yeah,
I kind of agree with you. I think the Ravens will run them over, but I mean, if I will not be surprised at all if it does become a track meet, because we know that Lamar Jackson's crapped the bed in the playoffs plenty of times. What was that, 2019, when they looked like they were going to be the Super Bowl champs and then the Titans knocked them out?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was 2019. Yeah. But anyway, no, that's a very good alternate total. So the last one that is on here is Mr. Sam Laporta, the man that we thought completely busted his knee and then reminded all of us why he was a second-team All-Pro as a rookie. He's a very favorited target of Jared Goff, right behind him on Ross St. Brown, in terms of just trust in targets and things like that. So it seems like a pretty safe bet that he will get a touchdown. I'm on Ross St. Brown. I mean, would have been way too safe a bet, but Sam Laporta, he really likes him. He played through the whole wild card game against the Rams. So who's to say he's not going to score again against the Buccaneers? I think for a single player call out in this game, that's a very, very safe one to do.
Yeah, Laporta's been great all season long. Like you mentioned, he's a huge favorite of Goff in terms of targets. When the Niners played the Buccaneers earlier this season, Kittle came away with 8 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown in that game. He had 9 total targets. So, the Buccaneers are certainly vulnerable in the middle of their defense. They actually have a good corner and a run-stuffing safety. Their linebacker core doesn't exactly cover tight ends very well. And Laporta's a great route runner, and he gets open. He's a big target too. So a very valuable red zone target, and he gets a ton of opportunities. I think he had 10 touchdowns this season, so it's not like he's not getting end zone looks and not converting them as well. And it just seems like a pretty easy, all these bets always seem easy when you bet them, right? But right. They never turn out. But it seems like a pretty easy thing to assume that he's probably at least going to get some looks and opportunities. Detroit's going to have chances to score in this game against the Buccaneers. They're going to want to put on a show. So even if they're beating the Buccaneers, they're going to want to score points. They're going to want to show, hopefully, the 49ers what's coming, that like, look, we can do this too. And they're not going to want to slow down. So I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to score. And against that Buccaneers team, I think that game is going to be a bit of a shootout. I don't think that either of those teams play spectacular defense. So I think it'll be
the Lions secondary is absolute garbage.
Yeah. So I think, that's going to be a little bit back and forth. Definitely, as long as the Buccaneers can convert and kind of keep the ball moving and not just have a bunch of 3 and outs and stuff like that, I think they can give the Lions at least a push, and then keep the Lions invested and have them to have to keep driving and have to keep scoring. So
Yeah,
think
the
we can
Bucs
see some good things.
the Bucs definitely can. They kept up with us for quite a bit of our game against them, so they can stand up against the big dogs. I don't think they're going to win. They're literally and metaphorically going into a Lions den. I think they're going to be a sacrificial lamb for this Cinderella season for the Lions. But I'm with you. I think they could make a show of it. I like the swag Baker Mayfield has. I said it 2 episodes ago. I'm a huge Baker Mayfield fan. Like I'm not a Bucs fan, but I feel bad for Baker Mayfield, and I think it's going to end here personally. But he's earned himself a hell of a contract to stay with the Bucs and keep them relevant, and maybe next year he'll actually win the division with double digit victories. Maybe.
Well, I will certainly be a very large Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan this weekend. Go Baker Mayfield, go Mike Evans, go Chris Godwin, go all the Buccaneers. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Beat the Lions. Woo woo! I would love for that to happen. Nothing would make me happier than that.
Oh, I would much rather face the Bucs too. Like I'm not scared of the Lions either. Like I'm not. Yeah, it's the NFC Championship game. We can save that for a preview of when we get there and just face who we face. Gotta put on the horse blinders and focus on the Packers.
Indeed. So, but we've got a good card this week. We've got a good parlay card. I think it looks. Throw that up there again, real quick, Dan. It pays out 200 and some. Yeah, 235.
Yeah.
So not a gigantic payout, but would be a nice payout for us. Considering we haven't hit anything this season so far to this point in time, it would be good to at least win something and get a little bit of money under our belts. I mean, I would take my $80 cut of that and be very happy with that for sure. And it would just feel good to get a win. And I think this week we've probably got as good a chance as any as we've had. So we'll see what shakes out. I think if we can make it past game 1, I'll be pretty thrilled. We don't even usually get past the first game on our card. So
it makes me wish we took that payout we had like 4 or 5 weeks ago, where the payout was actually like somewhat decent, and then James was like, "Let's write it," and then he convinced me like, "No, we're gamblers. Like, write it all the way."
You guys let it ride on the Jets. You should have. It's the Jets, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what week that was, but no, like part of me definitely kicks myself over that one. But
that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's kind of it that we got for this episode. Nice and quick for you, so you can get back to your game prep for your games tomorrow. Our sponsor, who we've had for the entirety of the season, Royal Retros. What is RoyalRetros.com? It is your go-to place to get an authentic throwback jersey. They cover all the major sports, not just football. They got basketball, hockey, baseball. All the major sports are there. But for us 49ers fans, they got an awesome candlestick collection curated on there. It's got 49ers gear. It's got some Giants gear in there too. That's what I mean. It's like a Bay Area collection, more so than just candlestick. But anyway, once you find something nice that you want to purchase, go to the code section of the checkout and put in Shady Sports, and that will get you 10% off of your entire order. Again, promo code Shady Sports will get you 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. It helps the channel out, it helps us out, and you get a little bit of a discount on your nice new authentic throwback jersey. Again, it's promo code Shady Sports at royalretros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. Also, guys, that little hashtag that we let set up on the screen for a little bit, we created that because we want to raise awareness and kind of take a stand on owner accountability. When a player gets in trouble, we find out like the same day it happens, and it could be for the most minute things. I mean, big things, it's nice to find out that fast, but when it comes to big things or any things with owners, they're kind of hidden up on this pedestal, and they're not held to the same standards as a normal player. Our de facto owner has his problems with a couple civil lawsuits. there's the Texans minority owner who got into some misconduct trouble in Kentucky, and then we know all about Daniel Snyder, and then David Tepper's a moron. But that is why we started this hashtag owner standards over player standards, hashtag owner accountability. And to go along with this, we have created t-shirts on bonfire.com. This one is our kind of standard shirt. It's got owner standards over player standards and our hashtag there. This one has a variety of colors. You can get it in different styles of shirts too. If you want a crew neck, a long sleeve, a hoodie, prices start at $22.99. And all the proceeds from every one of these shirts are going to a crisis center in Kentucky. Probably this off season, we will lock that in and send the money over to them. But that is the goal of these proceeds, to go help a crisis center in Kentucky. But this is not the only shirt. The next one is our owner Mexican standoff. We had this originally taken down for a little bit once we were done talking about Dan Snyder, but we decided to bring it back for this cause. We will take it down again once we are done with this campaign. And I don't know, we can keep it away, and we might just keep it away. So go ahead and check that out. The next shirt is our cover art. If you just listen to us on Spotify or Apple Music, this is our cover art on a standard t-shirt. Same thing as before, pricing starting at $22.99. Our alternate cover art, very cool with the uprights there. James has this shirt in the red. It's beautiful, but there's off red colors. There's a blue color if you want to get a little fancy on us. But yeah, $22.99, just like everyone else, all the other shirts. And then our last one is our mascot. It's a peanut eating peanuts with a 49ers hat, sitting on a beanbag chair, cheering for the 49ers. This week, obviously, he'll be cheering for us to beat the Green Bay Packers in the divisional round. All those shirts, again, are at bonfire.com. Excuse me. Check the show notes wherever you're listening or watching us. I copy it always in the show notes. So just scroll down a little bit, and the hyperlink will go straight to Bonfire. And again, we don't want any money from these shirts. All the proceeds are going to be going to a crisis center in Kentucky. So with that, tomorrow are the games. I should have all the games right here in front of me. Yeah, the Saturday at 4:30, it's the Texans at Ravens, and then 6:30 is Kansas City at Buffalo, and then Saturday. These are not in order on the Athletic, which is awesome because our game is Saturday at 8:30. Houston at Baltimore is Saturday at 4:30, and then Sunday's doubleheader is 3:00. Tampa at Detroit, and then Kansas City and Buffalo at 6:30.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for that, Athletic. That's cool having all that out of order. But yeah, our game at 8:30 on Fox. 8:15 kickoff, I think technically it is. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a really exciting weekend of football, and I do want to shout out again, just because I did last episode too. I don't have any other news to add on here except from us at Niner Nuts, I want to send well wishes and some thoughts and prayers. I hate that phrase, but no, just sending some well wishes and prayers to the RSA family while Jim is in the hospital. I don't know. He's, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are going on. A lot of speculation, possibly overdose related, possibly just bad health related. Just, I don't know. He's in a bit of a pickle right now with his health, and I don't know. You don't ever wish that to happen to anybody. So for the owner of my hometown team, I hope you get well and get back in the office real soon.
Yeah, he's a very polarizing figure, but like you said, you always want good health to follow people around. So hopefully he can get upright and back up on his feet and, get back out there. The Combine's coming to town here before you know it, and that's a big event for his city and his town and his team. And
we just re-inked with the Combine. We just signed a new contract with the Combine to keep it here for a while. So, however, God, we have to be over 20 years here in a little bit. Oh my God, I really don't remember the last time we didn't have the Combine.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a big thing for him and the city and the team, and so hopefully he can get back up on his feet and get out and enjoy and be a part of that. I'm sure that's tons of fun for him, and get back to building that team next year. I mean, they were inches away from making the playoffs this season, so they got a promising young quarterback to develop. They can keep him from getting hurt every game, and we'll see what happens.
That's not 38 years old.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, get well, Jim. Hopefully we see you in the office soon. But yeah, kickoff, from when this drops, it'll be tomorrow, 8:15. So with that, River Road by Justin Muth is our closing music. Let's beat the Packers. We'll see you on Monday.
Go Niners.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you whine and cry.